Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today's unboxing and first impressions video, we've got a box from Swissdigital. Now, Swissdigital did send me this bag as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with Swissdigital prior to publication, and they will see this when you do. Okay, Swissdigital. You may not have heard of them. I thought I heard of them because I don't know if the company duped me or if it's just my fault for reading and replying to these emails at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning before I fully woken up. But until they sent me the tracking information, I thought I was actually checking out a bag from Swissgear. Both the Swissdigital and Swissgear logos are very similar, just one being black and one being red. The bags look visually pretty similar, and the name Swissdigital just seems like a copy of Swissgear. So I thought I was saying yes to Swissgear. And the reason I actually said yes to Swissgear is they're actually pretty damn good bags. So they come up every once in a while on some of the Facebook backpack groups that I'm a part of. And when I was younger, I used to travel a lot for work, and I used to travel a lot with my boss, and he had the same Swissgear bag that he traveled with for 7 or 8 years that I traveled with him, and he traveled a lot more than I did. He traveled overseas quite a bit. He oversaw a couple of our advocates for the company that I work with, so he was traveling to Japan regularly for speaking engagements with one of our advocates, all over the US. So he traveled all the time and always had that Swissgear bag. And it was an amazing bag. Now, he's since retired, but I can guarantee you he still has that backpack someplace at his house, and it was bomb-proof. So when I thought I was saying yes to Swissgear, I was like, you know what? These bags get a bad rap because people think that they're cheap, so I'm gonna check one out. Now, I am checking out a bag from Swissdigital, not Swissgear, and I am also a firm believer in the fact that you do not need to buy the name brand to have quality. A lot of the times, yes, some of those name brands have quality, which is why they cost a bit more. That's why they're well known, but a lot of times they're just riding the coattails of a good product that they made in years past. But there are oftentimes a lot of smaller companies that you or I have not heard of that actually make a pretty damn good product. So we're gonna give this bag a fair shake. We're not gonna discount it just because I think that I may have had the wool pulled over my eyes, or it was just completely my fault for reading and replying to emails before I was actually awake and could actually read the words that were on my phone. But with all that said, let's crack it open, take a first look at the bag. So first things first, we actually have the bag in a branded dust cover, so that's pretty cool. But for a bag that comes in at $65, coming with a dust cover, that's pretty nice. Okay, that's everything inside the bag, and that's interesting. I've never seen a bag rolled inside itself, but there we go. There we have the bag. Now this is a nylon material. This is not a Cordura or anything like that. Now the bag is equipped with an external USB port, and carrying on with that mint rope from the dust cover, we actually have a mint cable for the battery bank. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that I have this mint cable because I like green, and I like mint green. Okay, so the specs don't tell me exactly what this bag is made out of. It doesn't give me a lot of information, but this is a nylon. It's nothing super heavy. They do say it's a water repellent, and they do say it will fit a 15.5-inch laptop in the laptop sleeve. So let's start on the outside and work our way in. Okay, so we have a little bit of daisy chaining with a D-ring that is metal. So we do have a metal D-ring. So okay, we got that going for us. And we have this zipper pocket here. Okay, we got a little bit of paper in here to fill it out. So we have a bit of an admin pocket. We have a liner pocket that has one pen slot and a very small liner pocket. We do have a zipper pocket, and then we have a key clip of sorts. It seems like this would be a receiver to another end, as if there should be some sort of keychain in here. But there is no keychain in here, so we have this interesting key clip of sorts right here that we could maybe use for something. All right, so we'll zip that up. Then we have some compression straps here that are holding closed yet another exterior pocket. Inside here, this is just a big dump pocket. It does have a bit of its own space here, a bit of its own three-dimensional space, so it's not going to push directly into the bag, but there is no organization or anything in here, but we can see the flap here. It does go up, but we can see the actual bag for this pocket here. And again, these are under the compression straps, so if you have these compression straps closed, it's going to hold this pocket zippered. And then we have one more exterior pocket here. This is going to be probably like your media pocket or your sunglass pocket. It's pretty deep. You can certainly fit a pair of sunglasses inside a case in here, or any of your larger phones would fit in here as well. And then on the front of that top pocket, we do have our branding for Swissdigital right there. We do have two weird mesh water bottle pockets on either side. So these do have some thickness to them. This is a weird, it's like backed, but it feels like it's got some sort of padding to it. I think this is the same panel that they're using back here for the air mesh on the back and the underside of the sleeve, or the straps. It's the same material, so it's probably just the backing from this material. They just used it for the water bottle pockets as well as the back panel and the underside of the straps. Now these straps themselves, these are pretty thin. I don't know. I feel like these are going to compress really, really quickly and become very uncomfortable very fast. They're not thick. They are like incredibly pliable, but they feel like the foam itself feels very cheap. It feels like it's going to compact very quickly, and I don't think this is going to stay very comfortable for very long. I can actually kind of feel it, like you might be able to hear it. But it feels like as I'm doing that, it feels almost as if the foam itself is breaking up. Yeah, I'm not too I'm not too pleased with that, and I don't think that's going to be comfortable or durable at all. All right, let's check out the inside. So we have about a quarter clamshell bag. So if we want to look straight down into it, there's it does open up at the bottom. We do have what feels like to be a very large, yeah, that's got a lot of space to it. It's got a very large, I guess you would call this your tablet sleeve, but it's very large and very loose, so I don't think it's going to really secure your tablet in there very safely. And then across the back, we do have our laptop sleeve. That the front of this is padded. It's fairly thin, but the padding in this laptop sleeve, it feels better than the padding on your shoulder straps. Again, as I'm squishing it, even talking and moving this bag around, it's creating quite a bit of noise. I can hear the foam, it just feels like and sounds like it's just deteriorating every time I squish it. But the foam in here is not making that sound, and it feels different. It feels like this is an actual substantial foam in here. So it feels as if the laptop, even though it is thin, the laptop sleeve is thinly padded, it feels like the padding for the laptop sleeve is much better than the padding for the back panel and the straps. But then we have our battery bank here. We do have a pocket right there. It's hard to point. I'm holding a phone and the backpack open. That is the little pocket where you would slide your battery bank, and there is the end of your cable. So you would plug the battery bank into that, slide it into that pocket, and then use whatever cable you need to charge your phone. You would just plug it into here, and then you can stick it in your phone, whether that be this pocket here, or if you wanted to put it to your pants pocket, you can just stick your phone in your pants pocket with the wire running out. Now, personally, I'm not a huge fan of these USB ports. I just think they're ugly on bags, but I do find that they are quite convenient. So the few times that I have used them on a bag, I generally just ran my cable from my backpack, and I just left my phone in my pocket, and I just would carry my phone as I normally would, except it was charging in my backpack. I felt more secure that way. I don't like to put my bag or my phone in my bag, especially if I'm traveling. I feel like it's vulnerable, in which case I wouldn't be using the exterior port. The exterior port, I would have it completely inside the bag so you didn't see that cable dangling, because that's just a dead giveaway, especially if you're traveling, that you have a phone in your bag, which means a pickpocket or a thief can just give way for them to steal your bag or steal your phone. But I'm personally not a huge fan of them, but I do find that when I do need them and when I have used them, they are quite convenient. It's more of a personal preference. I just don't like the way they look on the outside of the bag. This one is kind of blending because the bag is a darker navy. It's kind of blending in. Now the materials, again, it doesn't tell me what these are. They feel okay. I'm not gonna say they feel terrible because I've certainly had bags that felt a lot worse, but these do not by any means feel high quality. Now, everything that I'm seeing here in this package, what we're getting out of this bag, the fact that it came with a dust cover, I'd say that $65 price point, it's pretty close. And actually, currently at the time of filming, it's on sale for $65. It's $20 off, so normally it's an $85 bag. Now, there is also, I think, a 5% discount coupon on there that you can click on Amazon, which will save you like another $3 or so. So you get the bag for about $62. I'd say that is a fairly fair price point for the bag and what you're getting. $85 is definitely way too much money for this bag. This bag is not worth $85. I would say this bag is the $50 to $65 all day long. But that's it, $65 I would say would be my absolute high point, what I would pay for this bag. Now that's just my personal experience from what I've seen. I've used a lot of bags over the years. I've experienced quality bags, I've experienced not so quality bags. And I would say this is like that $50 to $65 bag all day long. Now, I haven't used it yet. Maybe it's going to be very comfortable, very durable. I don't know, I haven't gotten that far yet, but in all of my experience that I have gained playing with, testing, using, sampling bags, I must say, I do not currently have high hopes for how this bag is going to perform. Materials, quality, I'm gonna put this in the same ballpark of some of those bags that you go and you buy for your kid to go to high school that they're gonna use for 1 year tops, if it makes it that long. And then the next year, they're gonna get a brand new backpack for the next school year. That's the kind of quality I'm gonna put this in. Now, I will say, when I was a kid, we got JanSports every year. Now, we got JanSports every year because they were ridiculously cheap, but they were ridiculously indestructible and bomb-proof bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and say these are the current modern 2020 bag that you would buy for your kid to have for high school for 1 year, not the 1990s equivalent, which was actually made of quality materials and had great build quality. This bag, I'm thinking, if you use this a lot, this is gonna give you at least 1 year of use. I don't think you're gonna get much more than that 1 year of use out of this bag. So I'm gonna say top end lifespan, EDCing this bag, you're gonna get maybe 1 year. This is not going to be on par with the bag in my mind I was picturing I was gonna be getting, a Swiss gear bag that I watched my boss travel basically for 10 out of 12 months of the year on the road with that singular bag. And it still is probably to this day kicking. I don't think I'm gonna get more than a year out of this bag if I were to use this every single day. So honestly, from what I'm seeing right out the bat, I don't have high hopes, but we'll see. I'm gonna give it a fair shake. Again, I am a firm believer in you don't have to buy name brand to get quality. There are plenty of smaller brands out there, at least startups and everything, that are going to put out a quality product for a very inexpensive price, but this, I don't think is one of them. I think that this is an inexpensive bag made very cheaply and sold for a fairly reasonable price point in that $50 to $65 range that you're going to get about a year's of use out of. Now, the way I use bags, if I were to EDC this bag, I would probably get 4 to 6 months out of this bag. That's what I'm going to guesstimate for how I actually use bags. I would get 4 to 6 months out of this thing. I don't think I would get a year out of this, but if you're going to get it for just going to the office, you know, you don't really abuse your bags or your gear, maybe you'll get upwards of a year out of it. But we're going to see. We'll swap into this bag in a day or so here, and we'll give it a fair shake. So with that, if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.